from fear, limitation, and restriction to love, freedom, and expansion. Sunday, December the 6th, 2020. And what a fascinating, tumultuous time we are living in. We, our dearest Lightworkers star seeds, have the great privilege of watching the great awakening of mankind. The long-heralded, long-predicted time for the ascension of mankind from third-dimensional fear, limitation, and restriction to fifth-dimensional love, freedom, and expansion is here. Great souls, the great particles of God that we are, fragments of the love that is the universe, that powers the universe. We decided to put ourselves in human bodies, in human biological computers. This insane world of ours was created by us so that we could experience limitation and emotion. As we have often said in our heavenly oneness and blissful existence, there was no limitation, no emotion, no fear. The all-pervasive love that we lived in is not an emotion. Love is not an emotion here on earth. It is a knowing, a glowing, a flowing of the divine electromagnetic energy around us and through us. It is a higher level of vibration that leaves fear and all its negative feelings and visceral, painful reactions behind. Carried in the flow of love as it courses through us, our joy, peace, gratitude, wisdom, and discernment, and all the wonderful qualities of God. For remember, we are a part of the oneness of God. We are drops of water in the ocean of God consciousness. And with our ascension into the love dimension, our memory of our divinity returns. As we feel the power of love, we retrieve the memories of our true essence, our goodly and godly nature. This is happening now, in December of 2020, and it is a glorious time indeed. We came here to Earth to grow ourselves in light and love, to expand in bliss and wisdom. We placed a part of our Great Spirit in these human avatars, these human bodies. In so doing, we left our memory and our great capabilities, our miracle-mindedness behind. For in heaven we knew that all things were possible, and with that mindset we could not truly experience the negativity of the human world. Then we were born into this earthly existence. We set up this human experience for ourselves. Hard as it may be to imagine, we chose our parents. Our soul chose the limitations, restrictions, and emotions we were to experience. And so there are no accidents in our lives. All that happens is for a purpose, to train us, to temper us into overcoming earthly entrainment, to experience that which our soul knew was needed for its greater understanding, for its growth in the love vibration. It is all happening here on earth for us to realize that even in this limited life form, even as human inhabitants of prison planet Earth, we prefer love. We are love, and we want no more to do with the fear vibration. You, our dearest Lightworkers star seeds, are empaths. You are inherently kind and loving, and so you automatically think that other humans are also kind and loving. Indeed, not so, for this earthly journey was set up for you to feel fear. Fear and all its negative, visceral, reactive emotions that we feel in the low third-dimensional vibration. How were we to feel that fear? What was to create the challenging situations that we came to Earth to experience? And so, there were those particles of God, fragments of divine consciousness, who volunteered to play the bad actors. Planet Earth can rightly be called a great stage play. We are the empaths, the kind and loving ones. Then there are the narcissists, those that are here to treat us unkindly, to gaslight us and fool us into thinking that we are poor, lowly, worthless creatures. And oh, indeed, they have done a good job. But despite all the pain and great fear that we have felt, we are grateful for this earthly journey, for we would not be the wonderful, loving, compassionate beings that we are now without this challenging journey. Nothing wrong ever happened. And on this low-vibrating earthly plane, this whole adventure was orchestrated and controlled by our Draco-reptilian controllers, the Illuminati. They set up the control system, laws, regulations, and restrictions, under which we squirmed. They and their galactic brethren set us up to experience great pain. They, as part of our entrainment, removed a greater part of our DNA, and so left us with very little power, in a very dark place in frequency and understanding. Earth has been a wonderful experiment to teach us divine souls greater love, for making us more empathic, more loving, more compassionate. Yet now, it is the time for the end of this great adventure. Now is the time for those who are ready, those who have mastered this earthly realm, to awaken from their nightmare of limitation. It is the time for freedom from programming and entrainment, time to return to being the great, multidimensional, powerful beings that we truly are. It is the time for our DNA to return, time for our bodies to change from carbon to crystalline, time for the end of disease, disaster, famine, poverty, injustice, lies, and torment. It is time for honesty, authenticity, union, oneness, communion, and camaraderie. In other words, it is the time for a return to love. And so the old, worn and weary control system, the Illuminati, and their narcissistic minions must be removed, and their perfidy, their satanic government, must be made visible. Yet how to do this as gently and kindly as possible? Mankind needs to be shown the nature of his entrainment. He needs to be shown how he has been indoctrinated into fear and negativity by the devious deeds and outrageous lies of his governance system. He cannot claim his sovereignty, his freedom from entrainment, until he sees how he has been entrained, until he sees how the great deception perception of the planet Earth schoolroom has been perpetrated. And the Light Alliance, those wonderful beings who are leading us out of our misery, have orchestrated the Great Awakening brilliantly. So the election has brought the vast voter fraud of the dark ones to the light. The details of how we have been controlled by dishonest elections is being revealed, state by state, county by county. Whistleblowers in their righteous indignation and with glorious detail are revealing all the dishonesty they have seen, and our fake news, our dishonest media, are being shown up for the outrageous liars that they are. They have committed treason, for they have supported the attempt to overthrow honest and duly elected government. With this election and its subsequent aftermath, they too will fall. How else was the perfidy of the dark narcissists to be clearly shown? How very clever, how brilliant has been the orchestrating of our mass awakening. And high-frequency light is being poured onto the earth by the heavens to raise its frequency. And love is being radiated by you, the Lightworker starseeds who came to earth for your own growth and entrainment, and to raise the frequency of the earth by the presence and radiance of your high vibration. As we have said before, you are of a higher frequency than your brethren mankind. You came here to share your radiance, to beam your light onto your earthly brethren, and so lift them out of their low vibrating prison. And you have succeeded wonderfully. Congratulations, dear ones. Congratulations indeed. The champagne corks are popping in heaven. And we are about to join the heavenly celebration. We are returning to being the wonderful, divine, loving beings that we inherently are. Earth is becoming a paradise. All the fear and negativity created by the Illuminati and their narcissistic minions are being removed. Step by step by step, we are watching the fascinating ascension process. It is wonderful indeed to be here on Earth in this miraculous time. The timelines are separating. Those who have not fully lived their human entrainment will go on in their fear existence until it is their time to ascend. We, who have learned all that we came here to learn about fear and its negative attributes, are moving on into a magnificent new world, a world where we are whole, perfect, and complete, a world where we are telepathic, no more lies, a world where there is only health, no disease, a world where there is abundance, no poverty, peace, no more war, freedom, no more enslavement, and minimum government, no rules and regulations, no limitations and restrictions, for love and common sense rule all. Oh, we are blessed beings indeed. Be well and prosper, dear holy brethren. Life is good and getting better every day. We feel the flow of love, of bliss, contentment, joy, and peace that now powers us, and we are very grateful. That was Aita, channeling her higher self. We are blessed beings, indeed.